I've been thinking about freezing my eggs for about 2 years now, and it wasn't until one of my best friends had a tough time getting pregnant. Her situation had me really thinking, like, I don't want to regret 2-3 years down the line when I'm trying to have kids, and in case for some reason I would be infertile, I would never forgive myself. So I just started the injections, the hormone injections 2 days ago. Will the ultrasound be a little bit more painful since my ovaries are working overtime, or is it still the same as the normal?
It's pretty much the same. I mean, your ovaries are working overtime because they're being pushed really hard by the fertility drugs, but it takes about 2 weeks for an egg to get up to full size.
Okay.
So in the beginning, you're really not going to feel much.
I'm not nervous about the pain factor. I'm more nervous about the water retention because I already feel it and I see it in my eyes, like I'm getting puffier. So what's the max I can gain from taking these injections?
Yeah, most women will gain somewhere between 2 and 5 pounds. It's all water.
Okay.
And after the eggs come out, the water disappears. And again, no one ever complains about that.
You know, us girls, we don't like to be bloated for too long. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And obviously it's hormone injections, so I'm a little bit worried about if I'm going to be crazy, if I'm going to drive my husband nuts.
Okay, so what we have here now is an image of your uterus, and there's various components. The component we're most interested in is right here, this little oval that's called the endometrium. That's where, when you finally become pregnant, a baby will ultimately grow. And what we're looking for are little tiny round circles that each represents a follicle, and eggs live in the follicles. So you're doing really, really well. You've got follicle here, follicle here, follicle here, another one here. This is exactly the kind of response that we look for.
I always like to know the worst case scenario. What's like the worst that can happen with this whole egg freezing process?
The worst that could happen is we're going to get the eggs out and they're not healthy. Either for some reason they're not happy with the fertility drugs, they're not happy being pushed around by all the medications, or they're not healthy to begin with.
And I've been hearing lately it's kind of trendy to freeze your eggs. Like, how popular is this becoming?
We're really seeing an explosion in young women that are totally with it and totally smart and are totally taking advantage of the new technologies. The size is good, the position is good, everything is good here. So you're off to a really, really good start.
Woo,
but there may be
a lot
more
of
that
eggs.
show
That's a
up.
good one.
Yep, that's a good sign.
You know, I made a decision to do this. I think it's a responsible decision this time in my life. I know I'm in great hands. We're not ready to have kids at this moment. And I think it's just safe to have a little security blanket in the future because you never know what the future holds. And I don't want to have any regrets.